Mainstreet loan heats up as more EIDL loan denial applicants look for additional rounds of funding. This is a Tuesday update with LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. But first, the news. Last week, LALATE launched this new series on the Mainstreet lending program. And since then, the reaction has been very strong. The reason is the following. In the last few days, more and more of you have received EIDL denial letters than acceptances. In fact, most of you are now looking for additional grounds for funding. This is one of them. Another one, which I will sort of jump in here, is that today Magic Johnson shocked and got top praise immediately for announcing he is launching a funding program as well for small businesses that may have not gotten any type of lending, but had hoped to get lending through PPP and EIDL and other processes. So look into that as well. But now the Mainstreet lending program. The Mainstreet lending program may give relief to you for the following reasons. It's not run by SBA. After having problems with PPP and EIDL, you may be interested in seeing something somewhere with someone else. And that is the Mainstreet lending program. It's a 3-tier program, and it does apply to most viewers of this channel because it applies to small businesses. So, if you are a small business run by you and your husband, if you're a small business run solely by you, you may qualify. It starts at the base level and works up. The kicker that some of you have been turned off on, and some of you are still interested on, is the base loan amount. The lowest loan amount is $500,000, and it goes up from there. But it's the additional loan terms that may seem favorable to the rest of you. On Monday, LALATE detailed that there's 3 different types of Mainstreet loans. The first one is the one that you really want to focus on because it has the lowest entry-level lending amount. As LALATE detailed, PPP loans across the country had EIDL loans across the country had an average payout of approximately $220,000. But if you need a little bit more, this is the one for you. So let's turn to your comments, and there were a lot of them from Monday's recording. Mervyn Secure, $500,000 minimum loan. That is to help my company, so I only need $25,000 or less. This on a whole other letter. Well, thank you, Mervyn. Ricardo Hall. Hey, LALATE, I would definitely be able to handle this loan. $500,000 will do my online business great. Good to hear that. People, don't be afraid. Just because I am not, quote, make this all loan work by all means necessary. Well said. The opportunity to take your business to a next level. I did over $300,000 in 2019. I was lucky enough to get my hands on $500,000. I would easily gross well over $1 million in revenue each year with a decent margin. LALATE, count me in. So there you go. Don't be afraid of debt, according to Ricardo Hall. Great comment. Pizza God. Hey, thank you for the videos. Well, thank you, Pizza God. I'm still lost as far as getting my EIDL grant goes, and although I wrote this earlier, I did receive a PPP loan. Today I heard from my congresswoman, and she's going to see if there's anything else she can do, but what if it's strange if I got a letter from SBA today? The letter came to my Hotmail account with the rejections that I got mentioning the May 5th cutoff, and they're also considering agricultural loans came to my Gmail account. Here is the text of the letter. So your application is being processed. We appreciate your presence. I have no idea what this means. I've been trying to get my grant money. I wonder what this normal process is. Okay, so what he's referring to is not an EIDL grant or loan letter. It's that token letter that some of you receive that says, hey, we're still working on something. It doesn't mean much of anything, so don't worry about it. Jody Fleming, yes, please continue with the MSL updates, and yes for all 3 options. The third one might work for me. So Jody's interested in all 3 options. We will drop them in the caption below the title of this video. So you see the 3 names. There are 3 different loans. The Mainstreet lending program is run by the Fed. It's all done through the Fed, but you apply from your private lender. It has not gone live yet. And there are 3 different stages and three different levels of loans. And MSLN is one of them. One of the ones that's very easy to remember is MSELF. TDJ, can I apply if I got the EIDL loan already? Thank you for the help and stay safe. Yes, there's no indication you cannot, but you may have to disclose it. Eileen Bedenkop, I called today and they told me within a week I should be getting the portal. No, Grandpa, should I get the portal? The rep told me. Great news, I hope. Great, Eileen, and consider the Mainstreet loan as well. Paul Ryan, I just read through the requirements of getting this loan. They're pretty straightforward, but they do place some restrictions on different fees that you have, the borrower, are being required to pay. Also, they don't want you to pay it off early, which is what I would do for most of it, since I wouldn't need the minimum $500K. So, Paul, I mean, you make a really great point, and that's sort of on topic of another video, is that a lot of these loan instruments, can be paid off and can't be paid off. EIDL loans can be paid off early with no early payment penalty. Look at all the requirements for this one as well. Laura Alvarado. Hello from El Paso. Well, hello. There was lots of you from Texas in the live chat on Sunday. Two from Austin, one from El Paso. It was amazing. If you have not joined our live chat, join it daily. Malio West. Bloomberg said that 52% of all businesses will not return. Liquidity is king for the next few years. $500K at $11,230 per month for 4 years is not bad if your business is needing it. Well said. Lending is going to be an issue. There's a lot of banks that are in trouble. There are a lot of banks, if you look on the stock exchange, they're really down. Liquidity is always a concern. We started in early March with a lot of big business reports worried about lending liquidity. There was a rush initially on some banks by big businesses to make sure they had their lending options available, because at that time we didn't know how serious COVID-19 is. Now, as we come into the fall and we see a second wave of COVID-19, which there's going to be, it's a concern for me and you, especially me watching you watch this channel, that you have your liquidity options open. So please do not write off any liquidity option as your business progresses and starts to reopen, because it may be an issue. If you have any comments to today's video, join us in our live chat recorded after this video goes live, or drop your comments in below before Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, and we may feature them in Wednesday's recording. As always, stay with LA for more.